Hi, tech fans. This is Albert, your tech expert. Okay. All right. So, in the past video, we talked about. Let's see. Okay. So, in the past video, we talked about how to get videos to play only in audio in YouTube. Okay. There's still some technical glitches with that because of the way they're both integrated. I know I should go a little darker, huh? Because the YouTube platform and the look like the music platform, they're basically on the same system. Well, they are in the same system. So basically, what's going to happen is it's better to send people to music and take your handle, the at underneath here, like for instance, here it's at Albert's Voice Tech. I changed it recently, so and that's what you pointed to. You would put it in the description and send them to there. I mean, you can send them. You can put a link to music, but they still have to put the rest of the information in. It's easier that way. I mean, you could. It takes time. Go to your, like I described in the video. You would have to go to each and every video. It'll say podcast and then your video name and a code. They can click on that and then hit the white button, and which is the play button, and then they have a choice between audio and video. You can do it that way. Get a little tricky there. So today's video, we're discussing more of the content creator. Now, what about your studio? How should you set it up? What you should use? This is Apple, Mac, iMac. So iMac, you can buy one new or you can get one used. If you get it used, we have a couple of steps how to fix that, so it'd be a little faster than what you have right now, because otherwise the internal hard drive in there, it would be a pain in the neck. You have to take off this whole panel, including the glass. It comes in, there's a kit that I have, and they can help you take it off and replace the hard drive inside with something faster, or SSD, or EBC. It basically could be memory-based storage. Read and write. Okay, now I got it too complicated. So, or you can use, like what I'm using is a portable SD drive, 1 terabyte. And I can clone it and go from there if I want to go more storage. But there's a limit on here. Say I want to run something higher than GarageBand for music, and you want to run Logic Pro. Logic Pro will not work on this model. It's not supported. So that's how they are with their Apple. They only support the hardware up to a certain point. So you can't say, well, it still works. Why can't I keep using it? Yeah, you can keep using it, but there's support for the OS. So support the OS to a point. Like this one, the OS is still supported, which is Ventura. They won't go higher. But they want you to get new hardware. Well, Google does the same thing too with their hardware too. Let me see something here. Auxiliary. Well, lighting. You don't want to make it too washed out on the videos when you're doing video recording, and different angles of different lighting create that effect, as you can see. So you should have a reflector when you're making videos. You should have a reflector, so the reflector would bounce the light back, and so the reflector should be in front of you. The camera should be here, and then you shoot. Now you have choices of cameras to use. You could start off when you're making YouTube videos. You can start off using your own. You can start off using your own cell phone. Your iPhone or your Google cell phone. You do it that way. A lot of people do that. It's cheaper. Well, the thing is, gee, my cell phone can do 50 megapixels or 32 megapixels. Right? How much storage do you have? Because, if you record in 4K, 30 frames or even 60 frames, that's a huge file. And the phone has to compress it. Good compression ratio, I think it's what, H2.5 or something like that. Or 2.6 was the standard. And it compresses it into an MPEG-4, and or Apple, I think they use MOVs, but they have to have audio track too. So whatever they're compressing it to, you could do everything on your iMac or your iMac Pro, laptop. Here I have a Windows laptop too as well, and do most of the editing and everything on here. Then we have the iMac right there. Or music production. So that basically my music production machine. Yeah, I wanted to get another one to do video production, because that's the biggest problem when you use a regular camera, like one of these from Sony. The little Sonys. Now Canon has cameras too. They have the PowerShot V1, and they have which is very expensive. I thought about getting one of those. I just wanted to see how it would work, and what I need, and see if it's better than the Sony. And then you have the other one, the EOS R50V is another one too. That's cheap. I think it's $649 if you order it, but you still have to get the lens is $300, which is 40 to 30 millimeter. No, sorry, 14 millimeter to 40. Where the Z30, you can get without the lens, you're looking at around with more money. I think it's 600 and something, 699. But that's 14-bit camera. Where the Sony, let me see. I'm trying to compare them, but there's nobody comparing them. I'd have to get what is it? The new Sony? No, not Sony. Canon. The Canon. These are the Canon cameras. The R550. Oh, it's the EOS. EOS R550V. That's it. With the lens, it's $849 from Canon. So Canon. Is that Canon? It won't go. I'll just type Canon. Oh, got a new keyboard for this. The other keyboard got shorted out. I had to order this Bluetooth keyboard. Hey, what's going on here? Let's see, Canon. Camera Museum. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the camera. Wait a minute. That's weird. You got a pre-order now. How much is this? Ooh, this is a lot of money. $8.99. So the PowerShot V1 is $8.99. Wow, pretty expensive. I have to do it like this to record like this because for some reason it's kind of weird that I can't do direct. Well, on my Dell, it allowed me to record using the Iris software, but they had a glitch in it. I don't know if they fix it. It keeps updating like crazy. Would you like a cashew? Can't get enough of cashews. Anyway. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, the Intel has an Arc Iris XL XE graphics. I'll update that. In the meantime, here's a Canon. You can see it, right? This is the V. So they're all basically like the Sony, which is, I have extended lenses, all sorts of things on this. So the Sony comes with a muff too. So this is one. But this is the lens, extended lens. So that lens you can't really change. I believe you could add something to it. I'm not too sure. I don't have it, so I can't really talk about it too much. But they make it like the Sony. They're going up against Sony and the others. And so it has a fixed lens of 16 millimeter to 50. That's the same thing. That's what the Z30 from Nikon is. The exact same thing. But the Nikon lens is going to be bigger. I don't know. Let's see what is this? This is 2.23 megapixel sensor. I guess there's a limit to how much sensoring they can put in there. It's a lot of money. But it's good for content creating. They all have the same kind of system with the what you get. I believe I have it. Oh, I might not have it here. I have it on the other side. I can actually pause this camera. I mean, they all have the same, this device here. Let me pause it. I'll go get it. All right, so we were talking about the Canon with the Sonys. Now, this comes with the Nikon Z30. Okay. This is actually a small rig device. Boy, they make a lot of stuff. I'm going to be surprised if this wasn't too. Let me see if that is this thing. It might not be. But so you get this, and you can it's supposed to be, let's see, able to record with this. This is the blogging. You hold this and you record. I think batteries are in here. Oh, I guess not. Well, this is how you would record. Okay. Okay. So the one they have here, so it's like the Sony CyberShot. Same premise. This is ready. This is hybrid. Hybrid. It's both camera and video. But this only does 720. This is good. You can actually rotate the camera, and you can you can rotate the camera and do YouTube shorts. So I'm going to snap a picture of this. Huh? Okay. Battery must be dying. This is a pop-up flash. Now, as you see, there's no flash on there. So you'd have to use the attachment. But like that one, you see, these cameras, they only have, you don't have the little place so you can drop, I just had it in my hand. You can put the light, because like this, you have to put a light on it. Now, it will shoot in low light, but you still have to put a light on it. Same thing with the Z30. This is 8-bit camera. This shoots in 8-bit. This is supposed to shoot in, let's see, but if this shoots in 10-bit, let me see what the specs are. Remember, the higher the bit, the better the picture. That's what the recording system is. Okay. Oh, so it's using Digital X. So it might be using just like the other camera they have. That says 14-bit. But the other one, they said it was. That's 10-bit. That's kind of strange. So the ESR50V is a 10-bit. It's 10-bit color. So expect, well, it's going to be like average. It'd be great if you could actually use the HDR features. I'm sure they might have it. Some cameras has that feature where you can actually manipulate the HDR and use that, and because that's higher on dynamic rate, you know, for contrast and, you know, contrast. So the HDR, because now you have HDR Pro Plus and all these different features now, and we can't even really tap into most of that with the cameras. You know, they're only using the basics, so you would have a better picture. But you're saying, gee, what should I use? Should I use my camera? Your camera has it built in too. So your camera's megapixels is more than these can do. But these will allow you to do more photography. Remember, it's your phone is doing everything. Your phone is like a Girl Friday. We grow a secretary. It does everything. It does. It picks up the phone calls. It records the phone calls. It's doing everything. It can do your camera, your video camera. Everything's right there. You make a call. It's easy to travel with because it's small, and there's some limitations now to take on extra storage, like extra batteries, lithium-ion batteries. I take Nikons instead. They don't buy you too much of that because they don't want the battery to pop on a plane. It's too dangerous. So that's another lot of factors are. So people want to carry these, but they're smaller. This is heavy though. This is the same kind of setup as that one. Memory chip and the batteries inside. It's the same two process. You know, all these have gone up in price. If this was 4K, it would be a lot of money today. Used, because that's what's happened. The camera. First, nobody was buying the cameras because you had your cell phone. Why would you need a camera? Why would you have to spend all this money to buy one of these when you have your camera? This is the Razr. The Razr has one full lens and another lens in the back. I can see myself. It has this built-in feature. You can use the 50 megapixels and see yourself recording with this one. So it's almost like a GoPro or the Instacamera, you know, those companies there. Yeah, so you have that feature built in. I'm trying to get the lighting a little better basically the lighting, the camera should be in front of the light so they get a better picture. See here, it's kind of washed out. Or raise the lighting higher and then beam it down that way. I can do that. I have platforms. This one I have to build it for this one. I haven't done it yet. But so this is my little office. It's a work in progress. This part here is a studio. It's blocked off because I do medical, so it's done out of there. Take a room out of your house if you got an spare room and build it into a studio. If you got the money, rent out places, an office space. If I had the money, I would have a room for everything I do. And it'd be easier, too, to set up that way because I wouldn't have to worry. So now I would have to switch it. That's a driver update. Switch it out all the time. I get tired of doing that. But you can be very creative and do a lot of stuff. Now, about these cameras, should you spend the money? Well, I'm not getting promoted to say anything. So I just, I thought about getting this one. I know it's only 10-bit. This is with the lens. And without the lens, it's cheaper. But you still need a lens, so you have to get the lens. But this is with the lens. It'll come out cheaper than the Nikon Z30. They both have the same kind. Well, this is a 14 millimeter to 40, where theirs is 16 millimeter to 50. So in the 50, you can push it all the way back. What is it? Let's see, 60. It's all the way back, so you get a full screen, and 50 is up close. Yeah, so that's how it'll work. Which is I demonstrated in one of my videos. It's pretty good though. But I have extra features on there. I have telephoto lens. With theirs, I can get these lenses, right? This is telephoto, twice the zoom. So if I'm using 50, it's going to be double that. Or 2 times 50. It should be 2 times 50. I should actually. It's going to be 2.2. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's going to be twice. That's right. Because this is 20 millimeters. Using one of these is going to make it twice the size. Almost 80. If I'm figuring it out right. Yeah. It's double the size. But, yeah. You don't have to spend no more money. So you have wide angle. But this is more suitable for this. I mean, I could with an adapter. So we have an adapter, and we can screw on this gigantic lens. This is I believe this is a 62 millimeter lens on this, and you get much wider. So this is telephoto wide angle. You can use a wide angle lens too on this as well. That's a lot. So it gets heavier. But the problem is, should you take all this on the plane? I say no, because there's a lot of restrictions now. But they still do it. They still take all that on the plane. Well, a lot of people don't want to carry all this stuff, so that's why these smaller cameras, that one, these small cameras, you can do a lot more things. So the lens thread on this is 40 by 50 millimeter. I'm using this is a 46 millimeter ring. This will allow me to connect this. You see? This one from a 40 to a 46 to a 62. See? Now we have this kind of lens on this. And this is very, do you know how much this costs? Less than all these these things are like, these lenses are 300, but that's a multi-lens. And that's more suitable for outside use than indoor use. But then they'll say, yes, you can. Because unless you get the separate lens, like you would have, this is a 40. Let me see what kind of lens is on here. is this? Then you're gonna say, is this camera better than? Let's see. This has 1, 2, 3. So they all have the same thing. So you can set the camera and save your different settings. The Z30 you can do that with. This, yeah. Well, there's a way of doing it, but it's complicated because the Sony has the Sony has 3 mics on this. You got the front and you got the 2 rears. And they're stereo microphones, so it's not bad. The Z30 only got the 2, but it has a boom mic. It came with a boom mic in the kit, creator's kit. So that's stereo mic. That's made by, that's from the people who bring Video Mic Pro, I think it's called. So it's a Rode mic. That's nice, good quality. It uses Rode mic, small ridge. This is the muffles for the Z30. There's one for this too. It came with a little plastic thing that fits in the sleeve and it covers up the mic. They use the same thing. They're all going to do the same thing. It's to get you to buy the camera. And what you should carry, it's up to you. I mean, which is better? This you can stick it in your pocket. This would be like a V30 or the other one, the ZV one from Sony, and Canon's PowerShot, something like that. All in one. Everything's in here. Boom. Just take it. Film. Except there's no built-in flash. There's no built-in flash in the other one. But you have to carry flash. You have to. It'll have. It should have a little place on top to put the flash on there. You buy one of these flashes. These are inexpensive. But remember, all this weight, all this camera, and this is what you take on the road. And the tripod, you got to remember. On my last trip, I just took the Rivian. The River? Was it? Yeah. Rayveal? Tripod was 65 up. I didn't use its ball. This is the ball head. Because look at this. You have to grease it. So for some reason, it's stiff. It should be more fluid. So we have 3 of these now. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 of these ball heads. And then we have a fluid head. I prefer the fluid head, but it's too big and bulky. They all come with a carrying case. Remember, you got to put them in your suitcase. It depends. If you have your own jet plane and you fly any place you want, hey, you can carry what you want. But you know these you get the carry this on the plane. It's a pain in the neck. Unless you fly first class, or you could put anything you want in there. Yeah, I look different. I got a haircut. The guy that cut my hair, he's a music. He makes music. He's a DJ. He got a mixer. I thought about getting that. I wanted to show you that too. Let me But we're doing so many things in this video. We're talking about cameras. We're talking about everything. And so should you get this? This is $649 without the lens. And it's going to charge you $300 for the lens to do your homework. So, it's almost $900. But here, they're giving you for $849. They want you to buy this camera. Buy it. See if you like it. Remember, you're going to need things for it. You're going to need lighting for it. You're going to need a tripod for it. There's no sense. You're going to use a tripod. It doesn't have built-in stabilizer. That's why you can sell it so cheap. Most of the cameras, like this camera is like $1,000. I mean this phone is $1,000. So it's a flex. It folds down. Opens up like that. You can pop it in your shirt pocket. That's pretty good. And it's scratch resistant. There's no glass in it, but it's protected. You can drop it. You don't want to drop it. I'm just saying. Like that. But that's what this does. So which is better to film with? Well, I'm filming this with my phone. I have to. I can film in 4K, 30 frames per second. I can use software for Android. Same software for Windows. Same software for the Mac. But for the phone, it's a little cheaper too. I got that for a gift, so I can edit my videos. I can put fancy, titling in the beginning that you see. It's easy to do. Add music if I want to do it. It's easy to make a music video so fast. It's very easy. Yeah. Let's see something. Okay, that's enough about the Canon. That's what's new this week with Canon. So I help you with everything. I was going to try to help you with cars too, but I don't know if you're interested in that. Okay, so what's happening on the music? We released 2 tracks this month. Actually, 3 tracks were released. Just Settle For It, Workout. Workout has voice, then beat, then voice, then beat. That's what how I designed it, which sounds pretty good. You should check it out. And then we have Random Hits. In one of the videos, I did give you a sample. So this month we'll make more music. It takes time. If you come to the channel, do subscribe. This is Albert's Voice Music. You see it right here. Yeah. Okay. What else I want to talk about? I keep forgetting. Oh yeah. There's a program, and it took a while to find it. It's called MIXX3X's. This is okay. To buy a mixer, it's gonna cost money. I found one. We're looking at $339 to get a mixer, a standalone mixer to use. So you use it with your mixer. Okay, so there's a DJ mixer, which is a live performing mixer, and then there's the studio production mixer, what I have here. A DJ mixer would allow you to cut the music. So I will show you an example. Since I wrote this music myself, I can show you it. Let me see if I can find something here for you. So we're going to use Workout, and we're going to tell the software that we want to load Workout on deck 1. This has 4 decks. Okay, and then we're going to do the new one. Random Heads. We're going to load it on deck 2. So now we uploaded both of them. Let me make sure I got the sound going in the right direction on this. Now, this iMac is plugged USB into my Mackie. It's I have a Pro. I forget the whole thing. Oh yeah, Pro. It's a Pro FX V3. They got 3 Plus now. I was thinking about getting one, so I'm going to use subwoofer. If you're going to hook up all this, you need studio speakers. You see the studio speaker behind me. You need a subwoofer for that. But you don't really need to get something that has built to support subwoofer. You can have the subwoofer. Speakers go out, right? Everything's plugged into the subwoofer, so you can channel it to the subwoofer. That's cheaper to use than buying a separate subwoofer, which is going to cost you like 6 speakers. 6, that's $1,200 right there. Plus the mixer is going to cost you like $300 to $400. So you see how much money coming right there. If you want to do it correctly, yeah, that's the way to do that. All right, so I got to remember which one's which. I believe the inner one are the ones. Let's see. I'll play it. we have, you can load 2 more songs, so you have 4 channel. It's 4 channel. It's 4 channel and 4 tracks. Some of these mixes out there, they don't have that feature. It's just 2 track and 2 channel. Some of them say 4 channel, but it's only 2 track. So you have to be careful buying that. Okay. And then you have the Pioneer ones, the Pioneer DJ ones. It costs $1,000. Then at the top of the line is a large spindle turntable. You can have 4 of those, and then in the middle you have the mixer, the line mixer. You're talking about $5,000 for all of that. That's a lot of money. But if you want to get that, or you just get what you see, like most of them have on YouTube, which is a Pioneer DJ has the 2. That's only 2 track, 2 channel. But the 4 track, the 4 channel you want. There's another company that makes it too. But they're over $1,000. You know, they're expensive. So it depends what you want. You have to have a table for that too. Then you can buy a table at Costco to put all the stuff on top, dirt cheap, and you can do all that. Stand up in your house and play it. Make your music and feed it through it. That's all you have to do. They still use a laptop or Mac Pro. Have it right there to cue in the music, like I did here. So to play this, everything's played on the computer. You could do this. This is free, open source. You gotta make sure when you first run it, it won't work on the Mac. It's pain in the neck to set up. I thought it was drivers, but it did work. Something happened, and it worked. You have to play with it. Hang on a second. I gotta think. Well, hey. Listen, so if you want to make your music. If you got one of these in the house, this iMac, even an old one, you can use the software. The software works. Okay, so you run your GarageBand, you make your music, right? If you can't afford Logic Pro, because that's another $200. I didn't know that Apple. We're looking at me and the GF. We're looking at she wants a iMac Pro with everything in it, because if you're gonna buy one of those, you might as well get as much RAM as you can. Why settle for less? But you gotta remember that's gonna become obsolete after a couple of years. So be careful. I say buy one of these, but if you want to go portable, you're gonna carry the Mac. But you're gonna need a big screen. This is at the 24. They got a 27. They got a 32. Okay, so the bigger it is, the more space, because you have to see everything you're doing. But get one of these just to do music production. Okay, that's what this is for, music production. Then you get another one for video production, okay? Because they have software. Apple has software for video, and you can make some cool videos. I think that's what, another $100, $300 for that software. It's a lot of money, but that's what you can do. Now here you hear the music. So say I want to cue back the other one in. So we keep playing this. I can go like that. Now, you saw there's a problem doing it this way, where you would have a hardware version and you could take your hands, both hands, that's in one hand. I have to cue in one, cue in the other one. If you had it where you could, if you if you use both hands. We could hook up 2 mouses to this and do it the right way and control it. That's the only problem with this. Now, when you have hardware, you can mix it together like we did that in the 70s. Yeah, I still have my 70s mixer. I have 2 turntables, and you would cut it, or 80s, you know, scratch it, scratch. So you could do it on here. There's another one, DJ something. It was a software DJ they used to sell on the internet. You could cut it, you know, cut it like that. We have to pay for it in free. The DJ Pro, I think it was called, something like that. I don't even know if it's still around. Used to use that. I don't have it on this computer. Old computer had it, like that, and you could cut it. I don't know. Let me see something if we could cut it on this. Let me try it. Okay, I guess you could do it. But this is graphical based, you know. This is good to play around with if you want to mix music. I don't know, say, because a lot of you might want to do DJ parties and stuff like that, you know. And you could get away with it, you know, like that. But that's up to you. But you see, it's a lot of fun. It's MIXXXX. You know, it could still be buggy. But you tell it where your software is on your computer, and they'll load it up for you. You can load it up on like right now, I have one of these plugged into the Apple, and this is how I take it. I download everything. I put the meta tag and my name and my company and everything, my music company that I have, and then because I'm also the artist, the composer, the DJ. Then I'm also the producer. So the producer has his own account, and so it's different. Okay. So I put everything in here, and I plug it into over here. This one here. This is for a laptop. You can't see the laptop. I would have to pan it over for the laptop thing, you know, to see everything. But that's how I do it, and I put it into here. And then I send it back to the Razor, right? I send it to the Razor and make my music video. Then I send the Razor video up to the YouTube channel for music, and you listen to the music. You can do whatever you want on the Razor. See, it's more flexible to edit on your phone than it is on a Windows PC. It might take time to compare, you know, because it has to encode it. It has to do a lot of things. If you don't have the special hardware, if you don't have equipment that has its own hardware for encoding, unless it's relying on the processor. That's why when you're buying computers, you have to make sure all this, the GPU can handle all kind of stuff, because that's just graphical processor unit. You know. Because you have a CPU, which is a central processor. Some computers have an APU, like the AMD Ryzen, sorry, that has APU, that's accelerated processor unit. So everything's on the chip. The graphics, the videos on the chip, but the CPU could maybe 4 cores, but it handles 6 in the GPU, so you have 10 altogether on some computers. Or there's more than that now. Like this one has 8 cores, 8 threads. So I think this one has it. This might be 4 cores and 8 threads. The more threads, the more you can do with it. There. Well, all these processors are all 64-bit. Even this thing. This is Intel in this one here. And this is no Apple processor. It's the Intel. This is no M series. It's Intel in there. This is a quad core. This is I think it's 60 gig of RAM. Yeah, 3 gigahertz quad core i5. Has Radeon Pro 555 2 gig, 16 gig of 2400 DDR4. Well, that's the max. Well, it's not bad. It came like that. I'm lucky because the specs that had on Amazon were completely wrong. So they only had it came in batches of 16. So they only had 2 left. They're gone. They're all sold out. But, hey, they're great. They work. Hey, I'm gonna let you go. Okay. Hey, help the channel out. Subscribe. I know a lot of you watch the videos. Subscribe. I can put out weekly videos. I can't do every day. It's impossible. I have to get the channel. You know, if I had something new, we'll talk about it. But we still have that 86-inch TV, 85-inch TV still in the box. You wonder when we're gonna take it out? Who knows? Streaming, we can talk about that in another video. But what I found out, so with T-Mobile, we have everything. We have Apple Plus, no ads. We have Netflix, sometimes it's ads, sometimes it's not like that. And then we have Hulu, right? And this must be what's the oh, Paramount Plus, full of ads. Can't even watch a thing without ads. Anyway, and Amazon Prime has ads. Before it never had ads. For $2.99, take away the ads. That's $3 a month. That's $36 a month. It might be a little bit more than 36, almost 40 a year, because the taxes and the junk fees they throw in there. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Support the channel. Okay. If you like the channel, support it. Okay, by subscribing. That's all you have to do. And thumbs up on the videos. Okay? It helps the YouTube algorithm understand. So if you need help with YouTube content, I'll talk about it here. I can't create a separate channel. There's no time and place to get all that to where it needs to be. Okay? Thanks. See ya. We're out of here.